Hey guys, welcome to the Real Deal Unmasked. So today we're going to be talking on jealousy in relationship.
And how to deal with a jealous spouse. We had struggles with jealousy in our relationship. So definitely this is an excellent topic. This is something that we really need to discuss. So our first point is...
First of all, you need to admit that jealousy exists. A lot of times people don't realize that who's jealous.
They're just thinking that they're showing love, and it's their way of showing love. But if you're showing love to the point where your spouse feels crowded or uncomfortable or they feel trapped, then you're being jealous. And you have to be careful with that. You have to have that conversation. If your spouse comes to you and say, baby, you need to lighten up. I think you're just being a bit too much on this. It's okay for me to have certain conversations. And then that's something that you need to do. You need to have conversations on and set guidelines on what's acceptable in your relationship.
Absolutely.
First and foremost, what's acceptable? Is it okay for your spouse to have a best friend who is of the opposite sex?
That's a good one.
So have those conversations. Is it okay for your spouse to be on social media having conversations with their ex, or on their phone having conversations with their ex?
Wow, that's really good, honey.
So we need to set lines and guidelines so that we can work through it, so that you don't make your spouse feel uncomfortable. You don't make your spouse be jealous of you. If you don't set those guidelines within the relationship and talk through it, then this can continue to be a problem throughout your relationship.
Because the first thing is you don't know that your spouse have a problem with it. Your spouse might end up telling somebody else.
Right.
But you need to talk to your spouse about what you don't like.
Right.
Yeah. Like
a lot of people don't have that conversation. It's like, what is it that I expect from you, or what is it that you expect from me? And you have to be reasonable with these expectations.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people come up with some unrealistic things based on just things that they pull out of the sky. You have to sit down and have sensible conversations on, what are we gonna do? What is too far? Is it okay for you to have someone of the opposite sex sitting up in your house until XYZ because you're claiming that it's your best friend, or to be on the phone until 10, 11, 12 o'clock with someone of the opposite sex?
And you gotta speak.
Right.
A lot of person's quiet. You go on the floor because you're scared that the other person, your partner, is going to.
Yeah, but you meet with that friend. I had that friend before we got married.
And that's what happened. And so because you accept it, it's going to continue to go on. And because he probably was just running after that individual, you was settling.
And you didn't explain to them that it was a problem, or you were uncomfortable with it, or you didn't set a guideline to say, okay, I don't have a problem with you being friends with this person, but I think you need to limit the conversations. You can't be on the phone 1 o'clock in the morning with this person. I mean, let's be real. Anyone that you're spending a lot of time with, it opens the door for you to develop feelings for them. We're humans. We're imperfect. Things happen.
That's good.
Okay?
That's
so
really
we
good.
have to be careful and not put ourselves in a position to make our spouses feel uncomfortable. That takes us right into our next point. Reassure your spouse that there is a reason for them to question you. You got to make them feel comfortable, and that's a part of having that conversation, and then your actions. So after having the conversation, then if you say that these are the guidelines, then you got to work on on sticking to it. You got to work on making sure that you do your part.
It's very important because a lot of people get offended.
Right.
You got to reassure your spouse that, hey, this is not the case. I love you, but not just saying it. You got to show it.
Right.
Okay. If your spouse told you that they don't like this, they don't like that, change, so that you can reassure that you're the one for me, and if you feel this way, I'm gonna change.
Right.
Point blank. And that's how you reassure, by doing what they're asking you to do.
Right.
Once it's not unrealistic.
Right.
All right, so that's really important.
And unreasonable. That's true. So sometimes you could be the jealous one and not even realize that you're the one that's displaying jealousy towards your spouse and making them feel uncomfortable, and they're silently just suffering in silence. You have to be mindful that some things that you do may make this person feel uncomfortable, and you have to be willing to change. And that's what's important in relationship. Being willing to change for your spouse. Some of us have some very, I don't want to say aggressive, but we're very assertive in trying to get people to do what we want them to do. And that can make people feel trapped in that relationship. So we have to be careful. And another way of helping to deal with a jealous spouse is making sure you invest time in your relationship. Sometimes people get jealous because you weren't spending the time, and then you weren't putting in the quality time. What type of time you're putting in your relationship?
Yeah, like, so you have some persons who just work.
Right.
To work more than you're home. And not that you have a problem with them working, but you working and you can't even reach your spouse. You're working, your telephone, you're calling and you're not even answering the telephone.
In this day and age with email, text, FaceTime, WhatsApp,
it's no excuse.
It's no excuse for someone not to be able to reach you. So, I mean, we have to understand that there are some things that we do sometimes that we may not realize that we're doing it, and we're opening that door for your spouse to have, suspicions about what you're doing. And if you have a history of there's something that may have occurred in your relationship before, you're not helping it. So
it's important to build memories. It's important to bond. Like my husband said earlier, whoever you spend the most time with, you're gonna automatically develop feelings.
Right.
So if you're married or you're together in a relationship and you're not building in this relationship, you're not spending time, what do you think is gonna happen? You're gonna fall out of love.
Right.
Because you're human. So it's important that you invest time in each other.
Right. And once you understand these things that we've discussed, these are things that can help you working through the challenges of dealing with jealousy.
Yes.
We've had many bouts with jealousy in our relationship, and
it was really bad.
Yeah.
Thank God for grace. I mean, I did you really bad, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there was a point where he was embarrassed to even carry me anywhere around his work.
Definitely.
You remember that?
Yes, because you would be...
What I used to do, be smiling before the individual come across, and then what happened?
When they come up, then you mad. Or if we're out walking in the mall and one of my coworkers stop and we start to chat, you walk away. You wouldn't even give me an opportunity to introduce you.
I was that bad?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when we were younger, come on, I was very jealous.
Yeah. Oh, gee, yeah.
You
remember the time when we ran out to fish fry?
Yes.
We went out to fish fry, and I mean, a lot of people knew me because you remember I used to work at a shoe store, a very popular shoe store back in the days. So a lot of male guys knew me because I served them. And I think it was a time when we were at fish fry, and a group of guys, I'm talking about like 10 of them? Was it 10 of them and hanging out? And we walk in past. What did the guys do? They were hailing me. I can't diss my customers.
No, that's not.
So what happened? I don't explain.
It was probably a group of guys. Back in those days when we were younger, my wife would wear very tight-fitting clothes, and sometimes women can go out in tight-fitting, revealing clothes.
That's what I think was jealousy as well.
So
But we were together. The rule was I could wear those things. The rule we had in our relationship. Why would you not
let me finish what I was saying?
Was I can wear those things back in the days once he was with me. So just clarify that though. Was that the rule?
Right. But it was tight-fitting clothes, and sometimes, I mean, it's not that there's not anything wrong with it, but you have to be mindful that if you're going to do that, people are going to be looking, and you can't control what people do. So we would go out and we're together, and because there's a group of them, I guess they're saying this young boy with this girl, he didn't deserve to be with her, this soft fella. So, hey, what you saying? Hey, look out. And me, I guess I was special. If I'm walking with somebody and another person screams out to them while I'm there, it's a level of disrespect. So I'm going to go and approach that person, not in a calm manner.
Yeah, he was crazy, y'all.
So we have to be careful because in some instances, she was creating a level of jealousy because, and
What I put on?
no, I mean, come on. I was shallow. I was young and immature. But no man wants another man screaming at his wife, especially yeah, you're my wife, screaming at his wife while he's there. Sometimes you can have one. Things change now, though.
Yeah,
Things have changed.
Things have changed. I mean,
people go out naked now.
Yeah, so we're not, like I say, we're not telling you anything is wrong with dressing. That's you. We were just giving an example of things, what we went through. And it was really bad because when he went out, I would have called him over and over and over and call him and call him and call him. And, all that is just annoying.
I mean, let's be honest. If you love someone, you learning to trust them completely is a process.
Yes.
So levels of jealousy will exist throughout your relationship, regardless of how long you've been together. It still will exist. There will be times when I still feel jealous. I don't want my wife be too close to another man. I still display levels of jealousy. So
and some jealousies is okay.
It's okay, but you have to tame it. You can't allow it to get to the point where it's affecting you, it's affecting your spouse, because now you're developing a toxic relationship.
Wow,
and jealousy can create toxicity in a relationship. So you have to always remember that being in a relationship means that you're always willing to work on you. You're always willing to make adjustments for the person that you're in a relationship with. That's what it's all about. That's the road to a healthy and a happy, fulfilled relationship.
I'm still jealous of you too.
I'm still jealous of you too sometimes.
I am still jealous of you, but it's a better jealousy.
It's not right.
It's nowhere near where we came from.
No, it's not a jealousy to the point where I want to cause harm because I needed to do what I want, or she wants to cause harm physically or emotionally or mentally. It's a software. Hey,
don't
watch
smile.
it.
Don't smile too much
for this person. So we have to be mindful of these things and be willing to have conversations. And if you're having conversations and you see that those conversations are not going in the right direction, it's important that you seek help. It's important that you call somebody. You call in a third party. You seek counseling. And if that does not work, then we ask that you would seek the help of the authorities. If it gets to the point where you see where this person is controlling, this person is being demanding toward you, or they're now becoming combative, then you need to look at your relationship and you need to make some decisions whether you are willing to continue to be in this relationship. We urge you to look out for the signs. Please pay attention. If someone is combative toward you, that doesn't mean they love you. No one should physically, mentally abuse anyone.
No.
It's not right. So seek help, seek counseling, and if the person that's displaying the level of jealousy or high levels of jealousy toward you, they're not willing to seek the counseling, then maybe you need to see if this is a relationship that you want to continue to be in. And if you're to the point where it's difficult for you to get out the relationship, then this is where you need to seek help. Have conversations with people within your community and may be able to help you find a way out. There's definitely always a way out. So please, this is a topic that while we touch on a few things, it's extremely important, especially right now. If you don't deal with it, it can become detrimental. People are losing their lives because they allow jealousy to get to the point where, their spouse just loses control and people end up dying. So please, get help. There's help out there. There are people that can help you. If you don't have someplace to go, there's shelters, there's help. So please, pay attention to the signs.
Thank you so much for watching our videos.
We hope that you enjoyed something that we said and it's helpful to you.
Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already.
Our social media links are below. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So stay tuned for more of our videos.
Thank you.
God bless.